What's going on, guys? It is Foxydude here, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my F1 2021 Mercedes mod career mode for you guys today here on the channel. We're here for round number 3 of the season at the Circuit Zandvoort, the Dutch Grand Prix. If you guys end up enjoying today's video, feel free to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. Now, if you haven't checked out the previous episode, be sure to go and check that one out before you go ahead and check out this one, obviously. But we're going to quickly showcase where we are at. So as you can see, in the Drivers' Championship, it is level between myself and Lewis Hamilton. And Hamilton winning the Bahrain Grand Prix and also claiming the fastest lap. And then at the Chinese Grand Prix, we won the Chinese Grand Prix and then set the fastest lap. So we're all even as we head into round number 3 at Zandvoort. So we don't have any upgrades to put onto the car. So we're just going to get straight into the weekends and hopefully start off strong. Because obviously these past 2 races now, we've definitely just been trying to learn the game effectively. I haven't yet recorded the next episode of the F1 journey. So the last time I played this game was when I previously recorded this series. So it should be slightly more in my mind, the vanilla game, but I highly doubt it, but we'll wait and see. Right, so we're here now for the start of qualifying for the Dutch Grand Prix. I'm just going to get out there. We're going to quickly go and set ourselves a lap time, see how we fare, and hopefully we're in a good spot, but like I said, we might struggle a little bit. Excuse me, it just comes down to how much I've understood the game, really, and whether I need to use qualifying in the first part of the race to do so. But normally, Zandvoort's a good track for me, so we'll just wait and see. Verstappen goes quickest on a 1 minute and 9, so that's something to keep an eye out from. Alright, coming to the end of the first lap, feeling very happy about this lap, and it's good enough for second place at the moment, so 2 tenths behind Verstappen. I did lose a lot of time. My tyre temps are quite high. I lost a lot of time in the middle sector. I definitely struggled to nail it, which wasn't brilliant, but we'll take that. We'll take it. Okay, so we make it through into Q2. Yes, we are 7 tenths down on Hamilton, but all my time is lost in the middle sector because it was just really, really scruffy. But as you can see, we still make it through, and going out in qualifying is going to be Kevin Magnussen, Raikkonen, Russell, Giovinazzi, and Latifi. So we're going to go into Q2 now. Oops. Bit of contact with the wall there. Not ideal, but we still go second fastest, 2 tenths behind Hamilton. Not too bad. I'm just losing a lot of time in the middle sector. Lewis is... I'm quicker, sorry, in the first and middle sector. Sorry, the first and final sectors. I'm just losing too much time in the middle sector, which is fine, because I know the AIs are super overpowered through there, but not ideal that we've just chipped off a bit of our front wing. And there you go then. We make it through into Q3, unlike last time. Hamilton ahead on a 108.7. We are then on a 190. Verstappen and Leclerc both went back out on a set of soft tyres and set their laps, so they couldn't get through on the mediums. Going out in Q2, though, is going to be Norris in the McLaren, Gasly, Ocon, Kvyat, and Grosjean getting knocked out. So into the Q3, which is brilliant. We can do 2 runs. We've got 2 sets of soft tyres that we can utilise, and we will do. But it's going to be quite hard to beat Lewis Hamilton. I'm about half a second down in the middle sector, but I'm so much faster in the first 2 sectors. So as long as I can get the middle sector right, we should be in fine form. But we've got 2 stabs at it, which is the most important thing. So let's go and have some fun. And there we go then. We go fastest in Q3. Surprisingly clear of Hamilton, which is interesting. And I only say that because Lewis has got into the 108s. He got 108.7. We set a 109.0. I expect them obviously to go out again for another flying lap, as will I. But that lap felt good. I really enjoyed it. But if Lewis can get into the 108s again, it's going to be tough for me to try and match him. That sucks. We're across the start-finish line now. God damn it. Hopefully I can remember, but I'll try and, I probably won't, but I tried I was about 3 tenths up on my personal best lap, and I went wide, and wait, what? Huh? Lewis was in P3, P5 the whole time. I was in front of... Sorry, I was the last man on track. Oh, that sucks. Anyway, yeah, Hamilton's going to take pole then, because this game wants him to have pole. Verstappen starts in P2 ahead of us in P3. Now, we both set identical lap times. This is what I don't like about the Cody's game. The rule is everyone knows the rule. If whoever sets the lap first is in front of the driver, well, I set my lap before Verstappen, but the game always puts the person that did it second, which is wrong. But we should technically be on the front row. I don't think I could have done a 108.4, but I was about 3/10 up going towards the end of the first sector, and then I made a mistake, and I clawed a lot of time back, actually. It was probably possible, but I threw it away, which is really annoying.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Thomas, Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel, and Sainz, Albon, Stroll, Perez, and Daniel Ricciardo. Norris, Ocon, Daniel Kvyat, and Grosjean, Magnussen, Raikkonen, George Russell, and Antonio Giovinazzi. Latifi and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot today. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Right, okay, time for the race, and we're going to be doing a one-stop, soft to the hard compound tyres. Quite self-explanatory. If the soft tyres do well, and we can get to about lap 13, lap 14, I can pit and go onto the medium tyres and take them to the end. But I don't think we can, so we'll do the soft to the hards. For now, we need to get a good start. Either get in front of Max and then follow Lewis, or get in front of the both of them. So let's just see how we can do. Normally that start's been pretty sexy, so let's see. I said my starts were a wee bit sexy, and they're great in this circumstance as we go around the outside of Hamilton. It's a great pass for the lead. Don't know why I'm Scottish all of a sudden, but if you think that I can do it for the whole race, you're bloody bonkers because we can't. Right, let's just go. I don't know why I just did that. We're taking the lead though. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's just try and manage this now. Lewis is going to be using full beans. I'm going to try around the outside. I'll respect that and close the door. That's wide. That's going to give Lewis a chance.
All right, we're looking good so far.
Oh God, I thought I hit Lewis then. I don't know if I did or not, but that was really close. Right, so do you want the good news or the bad news? Well, the good news is we've just set the fastest lap of the race. We are now out of DRS range of Lewis Hamilton. And the bad news is, and I'll show it when I get onto the straight in just a second, my tyre is cooking more than your mum is overdoing a roast turkey on a Sunday evening. As you can see right there, it's on 106 degrees. It has gone up to about 108 at parts of the circuit as well. So yeah, we're in a bit of trouble on tyre temps. We will be for the entirety of the soft tyre stint. Once we get onto the hard tyres, the softs will calm down. Sorry, not the softs. What am I about? The tyre temps will calm down. They don't really overheat the hard tyres. It's only really the soft tyres that do. So we've just got to pretty much manage this phase. The AIs will be within DRS range now, as you can see, for this middle sector. But the first and final sector, I'm just so much more quicker. So realistically, I can just manage this now, and we're already building a gap to the top three. In fact, if you look now on the exit of this corner, we're back up to a second clear, there or thereabouts. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean, we're pretty much there or thereabouts. 109 degrees on the front left, oh yes! That is some spicy temps. It's not, it's bloody painful because I can't turn the car. I should have really put the tyre pressure on the front left to as low as it could possibly be to minimise the tyre temps, but it is what it is. I kind of have to roll with it now. Like I said, I'm faster in all the sections of the circuit where I need to be. Lewis can have DRS on this straight, but it's really hard to overtake anyway around Zandvoort. The perfect scenario that we've got is that we had a great start. We took track position because otherwise both Max and Lewis could easily have pulled away from me. With me having to struggle with tyre temp problems, and I'd not be able to catch them. But now I've got the upper hand because they need to pass me, and it's very hard to do so. That's a big mistake from me. I was going to put Lewis on my tail. And he's going to try it, but we'll hold on. That was a very aggressive chop on the second piece of the curb. There's no need to do that, really. Yeah, I'm really struggling on these tyres. I could box this lap, but I'll fulfill the stint. But the front left is just taking a beating around here. So Lewis doesn't pit, so when we pit on this lap, we will undercut Lewis. They've given me strategy preference this race. Alright, we're coming in at the end of this lap. Tyres are absolutely finished. So we're boxing. Verstappen will follow me in then, so Lewis stays out for another lap. Max pits with me. Now, in theory, the hard tyres should just be nicer to just drive and to feel with. Also, tyre temp should easily be manageable. In terms of where we feed out, we're going to feed out in some clean air, which is critical. There's a Renault of Ocon coming through, but he's not going to be a threat. And then we've got the racing points just up ahead. So we've got a beautiful chance here to maintain the lead of this Grand Prix. Unless Hamilton can have an absolute stonk, don't you dare release a safety car now. I will actually kick off if that safety car releases, that yellow flag releases a safety car. Don't do it. Let him retire and leave us alone.
Some
No.
information on Latifi, they are out of the race.
Thank you God alive. That was a panic. Just thought I'd put this out here as well. The safety car is actually on, and I'm racing on 105 if anyone really wanted to know. But yeah, the safety car is on, so before you know, theorise that there is no safety cars, it is definitely on. It's just mine is working as it should, unlike some other series. Right, Lewis is in.
The pits.
This will be crucial. We can stay ahead of him.
Caution, caution.
I wouldn't say we had a bad lap,
No overtaking,
but he's exiting the pits now.
Careful until you see the greens.
By that front, we look like we're ahead. Yeah, we are. In fact, the undercut has worked quite nicely. It's given us a little bit of a margin to work with. Yeah, 1.5 seconds clear now. Perfect. So we maintain track position over Lewis, who's got Verstappen all over him. Stroll leads the race, but he needs to stop yet, so he's not really that much of a problem. Honestly, lads, I'm in absolute dreamland right now. We're just at the fastest lap of the race on a 1:11.5. My pace is so consistent. Tyre temps are absolutely fine. And you can see at the top of your screens that Lewis is now 7 seconds behind us. We literally just have the perfect feeling in this car right now. I love driving Zandvoort, and it's paying off. It's a good track for the players, especially in the first and final sectors. You can really gain time. Not necessarily in the middle sector, you do lose a lot of time there. But it outweighs that because your pace in the other two sectors is just so strong. But yeah, we're 7.3 clear. We're pulling away every single lap from Lewis Hamilton now, so if I'm being honest with you, it might actually be a case that the next time that you see any piece of footage will be when I cross the start-finish line to win. I say that, but I've obviously got to keep my wits about myself. I can't throw it away now. I can obviously still bin it in a wall, and instead you'll see that, but pretty much at the moment, nothing's happening, so apart from my game's deciding it wants to be a cheeky bit choppy, it's not.
Right, some information on Hamilton. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Oh, you're joking me. There's an issue with Hamilton's car, so he's now going to drop backwards. And he's probably going to lose out to Verstappen. Might even drop out of the top 5. It depends on what the issue is. Some of the issues are more clear-cut than others. We're catching traffic as well very quickly, but yeah, that's annoying because we were on for a 1-2 finish. We obviously want to do as best as we can. Not only versus each other, of course, the aim is to try and win this championship in my sole season. But yeah, that's actually quite annoying. Alright, yeah. Hopefully Lewis can hold on to a podium. Alright guys, just thought I'd showcase this for you guys. So here we're on board here with Max Verstappen now, who's going to overtake Lewis Hamilton. I couldn't be bothered to just go into the thingies, but as you can see, he uses the DRS, and he's gone down the inside, so he's now up into P2. Unfortunately, Lewis, he's tried his best, but he's dropped down to P3, which is a bit annoying. I was going to tell you anyway that Verstappen had overtaken Lewis Hamilton, but I decided to quickly go and grab that replay cam so you can see how it happens. Because of course I don't really use the replay cams in this series too much, because with live comm you kind of really can't do that, and I'd rather do it live comm for this series. I quite enjoy it. But anyway, yeah, Max is in P2 now. I've been doing a lot of lifting and coasting, just looking after the car really. Leclerc is about 9 seconds behind Hamilton with about 9-10 laps to go, so he could get into the back of him. Whether he can pass him is another matter. Hopefully Lewis's issue would have fixed itself by then. Right, there's my message sent to Verstappen. Yes, congrats, you've passed Hamilton, and yes, you are 13 seconds behind. But if you fancy trying to catch me, good luck, because I can just turn up the wick whenever I feel like it. So that's the fastest lap.
Some information on Vettel. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Now Vettel and the Ferrari's got an issue with his car. A lot of drivers having issues with their cars around here. I mean, in fairness, looking at my car, we are quite worn, especially on the ICE. Because Lewis Hamilton's had an issue with his car, I think at the end of this race we'll probably focus on some durability upgrades. But we'll deal with that when we get there. But yeah, just more problems for these drivers. Alright, here we go then, to the start-finish line. We're going to win the Dutch Grand Prix. And I think we actually just set the fastest lap on the last lap as well. I was pushing just because why the hell not, it would be a bit of fun. But I think we did. And Sergio Perez then is going to get driver of the day, but that was such a comfortable drive. But bar the soft tyre stint, which obviously we definitely struggled with just due to tyre temperatures. All in all, what I should have really done is dropped the tyre pressures down on the front left, because the front left was just cooking. The rest of the tyres were actually alright, to be honest. But Hamilton does hold on to a podium as well. We'll have a look at that in just a second. So let's wait for us to get onto the podium and showcase a cheeky little dance, or whatever we do. Yeah, jump and do all that stuff that we just did there. You saw what we did. We'll take the winner's trophy. Hamilton managing to finish in third, but yeah, literally, we got the perfect start to the Grand Prix, which really helped us out. And then obviously, just managed the race literally from then on in. It was a very comfortable drive for us. We'll skip the celebrations now. Let's have a look. Boom. So there we go then. We finished 19 seconds clear of Verstappen. We did actually set the fastest lap in the last lap, 1:11.1. Hamilton finishes in third, which is a little bit upsetting for us as a team. 27 seconds back, doesn't replicate where he really stood. Leclerc in fourth, ahead of Albon, and then Sergio Perez, who started ninth. Vettel finishing down in seventh. He also had a mechanical issue. Stroll in eighth, Sainz ninth, and then Ricciardo in P10. And there's the bottom half of the table. Just, well, yeah, Norris. Well, kind of what you nearly expect, to be honest, by the AlphaTauris a little bit further down there. Looking at the drivers' standings now, we now have an 11-point lead over Lewis Hamilton. Of course, we were initially tied on points, but not anymore. We're now 11 points clear at the top. And in the constructors, you can see that we are 65 points clear from Red Bull. So we have a comfortable lead. Right, so we have a very small turnover before the next race in Circuit de Catalunya, so we're going to go straight on in with it, and we are going to kick it off with an upgrade to the gearbox, because eventually I want to start pretty much getting the durability to a good enough standard. So we're going to pop that onto the car in time for Monaco. But guys, hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you have, feel free to drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well, and I'll see you next time. Take care all. Peace.